Welcome back, everybody. We are live here in Chapmanville Regional High School as we got Ashland versus Chapmanville. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, and Darryl McCoy on the call here. Guys, real quick, want to thank, before we get started, the people that helped make today's game possible. And that will be Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Tiger Ice Cream and Grill, Restoration One, City of Logan, Jim Mars Services, Boat Shana O'Brien Thompson Circuit Court Judge 2024, Small Town Girl Promotions, Singular, Amber Belcher, Diamond Flagging Company, Candle Shop Floors, Tudor's Biscuit World, McCoy Dental, Air Combat Drug, Gracie and Tate Merchandise, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Cofield Health, Horizontal Drilling Inc., our friend Greg at Horizontal Drilling Inc. and Jay Trump, Giovanni's of West Logan. Guys, Shana O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for Circuit Judge for Logan and Mingo counties in May 2024. Vote Shana O'Brien Thompson, your choice for a fair, respectful, working circuit judge. Guys, Amber Belcher, huge supporter of the Logan Wildcats and Chapmanville Tigers. Amber Belcher, Small Girl Promotions, in her efforts help all towns all across the state with grant writing and growth. Then with Singular, she has 13 years of health and wellness coaching, providing people with energy, health, and business building goals. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back with Josh, Chris, and Darryl here for Chapmanville versus Ashland Country Roads Classic.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Come visit the Huntington Ale House, where you get the best steak, burgers, and brews in the Mountaineer State. It's an all-American steakhouse, voted the #1 mac and cheese in West Virginia. We serve brunch all day. 48 draft beers on tap with the state's best craft beer selection. Half-price happy hour with half price on selection appetizers, drafts, and cocktails from 3 to 6 p.m. and again, 9 p.m. to close. The Huntington Ale House is also open to hosting events and parties in our upstairs section. Give us a call at 304-522-2537 or contact us via huntingtonale.com. We look forward to seeing you.
We are back here at Chapmanville Regional High School. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, and Darryl McCoy on the call as we got Ashland versus Chapmanville Country Road Showcase.
And it's been a heck of a day so far, heck of a 2 days, Darryl, of basketball as we are at the finish line now of our final game of the day between Chapmanville and Ashland, Kentucky. And this is an Ashland, Kentucky club, Darryl, that you mentioned, #1 in their area. A lot of good common sense basketball that they play. Again, you mentioned they know how to rebound, they know how to get after the loose balls. They don't have a ton of size, but they know how to utilize the size they have. And it's going to be an interesting matchup for this Chapmanville club, who looked very good last night in that 76-51 win over Sissonville. And it'll be interesting to see how Chapmanville counters some of the athleticism that Ashland has.
Xander Carter wearing #1. Number 33, Nate Freeze.
Number 2, Tyson
Number 2, Tyson Lalonde. Wearing number 11, Braxton Jennings. Rounding out start lineup will be number 4, Cam Davis.
And now the lights go out here in Chapmanville, Darryl, and we know what time this is. And again, without Sam Miller in the starting lineup with torn tendons in his leg after the first game against Fairmont, it does complicate things a little bit more for the Tigers. But with Drew Berry back, it does make the decision who to go to in the starting lineup a little bit easier for the defending state champions, as it'll be Zion Blevins, a 4-year starter for the Tigers, being the lead catalyst in the lineup. Again, they had a huge game last night against Sissonville. Then you have Cameron Blevins, a transfer from Lincoln County High School at point guard. Then Joey Gollahue, another transfer coming over from Tug Valley High School. He also had a big game last night with 16 points. Then you have Benji Atkins. He's been a real big spark this year for Chapmanville. Got some time last year in the lineup. Didn't see the starting lineup, but he's really stepped into that role very well here tonight in this year. And then you have Drew Berry coming back from Belfry High School and Logan High School here to his home in Chapmanville for his senior season.
There's the legend.
Talk about a legend, Brad Napper, 3 state championships for a school that had only been to the state tournament 1 time in school history prior to him coming here. And since he's been here, Darryl, they've only missed the state tournament 1 time in all those years he's been at the helm.
Listen, I'm not kidding. You know, in our coverage area, I don't know that there's a more decorated coach. You know, I mean, I think Tommy McKenzie, Elijah Justice, Chandler Thompson, Brad Napper, Rabbit Thompson. Yeah, I mean, those are some of the best of the best. And I'll tell you, Ryan Bonner stepping in for Coach Jason Mays. You know, he's done a fabulous job. He got this Ashland team to a region title and an appearance at Rupp Arena in the Sweet 16 last year.
And that's such a huge deal in the state of Kentucky if you get to Rupp Arena at the end of the year. I mean, that's almost as good as a state title as we're underway here tonight. And what a quick start for Chapmanville as Cameron Blevins with a burst to the basket for 2. Chapmanville's going to need a lot of that here tonight.
You know, Chris, keep an eye on Nate Freeze. He is 11 of 19 on the season from three-point range.
Wow, that is impressive.
Yeah.
Again, if you're anywhere approaching, if you're in 40% range, that's highly impressive, and he's over 50% on the year. So that's going to make things a lot more difficult defensively for Chapmanville on the night, and doesn't help that Zion Blevins just picked up his first foul less than 30 seconds into the game for the Tigers. He's up top with it is Davis. He'll swing it over for Carter. Now over near side for Lalonde. They'll get it into the hands of Carter. Now baseline quick drive, kicking it back out again. Great ball movement over left side. 3 on the way. No good for Lalonde. Rebound knocked out of bounds, and last touch by Ashland. Again, they work the ball around so fast. Again, if you're Chapmanville, your head's going to be whipping around all evening long trying to find who's got the ball as they give it over for Berry. Berry picks up his dribble, gives it back to Blevins. And Blevins with 23 points last night in the win over Sissonville. Had it knocked away from him, but Benji Atkins there on the spot. He'll drive in. Nice spin move by Benji Atkins, and he'll lay it up and in. So a quick 4 points for Chapmanville, and they lead at 4-zip. Top of the key, Freeze kicks it over for Carter. Carter gets a screen away. Now Berry picks him up. Carter trying to go to work on Berry, gets to the middle, and they're going to get a whistle and a bump on Berry. Again, that's 2 fouls quickly on Chapmanville. 2 games we've done here since we've arrived, we haven't seen that 5-foul penalty come into play just yet. Again, if you're just joining for this high school season, 5 fouls now a quarter equals 2 shots for each team. And now Blevins with a great block is trying to come through as Carter, and Blevins got him on the back end. Now here comes Zion Blevins again. Big man that can handle the ball, shoot the 3, gets it out to Gollahue, deep 3 off the side of the rim, no good, and that'll hit the basket support over to Ashland.
You know, Xander Carter for Ashland, he's the Liberty commit. You got to watch him. He's averaging 24.5 points, 7 rebounds a game for the Tomcats. He's already committed to Liberty with Colin Porter, his teammate from last year.
She said 24.7 rebounds a game?
No, 24.7 rebounds.
Okay, I was about to say, wait a minute.
No.
I was like, those are Dennis Rodman numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah, 24 and 7, yeah, that's extremely impressive. And there you see that burst from Carter.
Second foul on Drew Berry early on.
Well, here, check this Ashland team out. They got 7 players shooting over 39%. They got 57, 50, 41, 40, 40, 42, 39.
That is just unguardable.
Yeah. After
a while. I mean, pick your poison. Who do you want it to be, basically, night to night, as Carter hits the first free throw. So, yeah, there's a lot to contend with here tonight on the floor if you're Chapmanville. That's why Brad Napper likes these type of games.
And Xander Carter, he transferred to Ashland as an 8th grader before his freshman year from Greenup County. And the rest has been history. He's had a great career, ended up at Rupp Arena more times than not during his career at Ashland.
4-1 in favor of Chapmanville. Benji Atkins goes to the spin move again, but this time can't finish around the rim as rebounded away by Freeze. They get it up quickly to Jennings. Back over for Freeze. Lalonde. Now they'll get it to Freeze. And Freeze, not paying attention, almost had his pocket picked that time. Gets it back over left side. Carter, there's an open three. This one's short, but an offensive board for Lalonde.
That's what I was talking about. They know how to rebound the long ball.
There you go again.
Yep. You better find a guy and put a body on him, because if not, they will kill you on the glass.
And you see it right there. It's almost like they can read where the ball's coming off of these misses.
You got to think, they practice 5 days a week against this system for the past 7 years. It's muscle memory at this point.
They get the foul on Jennings of Ashland. That'll be his first. Now they'll go full court pressure on Chapmanville. They try and keep it out of Cameron Blevins' hands. I mean, he had a little bit of an injury at the end of last night. We'll see how that affects him here this evening as Blevins trying to go coast to coast with it, but has it taken away. So here comes Lalonde up the floor, kicks it out to Jennings. He'll take a corner three, and he'll bury it. There's the first three-pointer of the evening for Ashland. Now steal by Carter off the inbounds. Gets it out. Freeze back over to Carter, back to Freeze. And 4 even now here with 4:42 to go in the first quarter.
Braxton Jennings, a part of that Ashland team that only have 1 loss on the season. Football team.
Top, Carter whips a pass over for Jennings, gets another 3 off, this one off the front iron, and Gollahue with a strong rebound.
Chris Joey Gollahue was a huge blessing from Tug Valley, transferred over at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, he had a tough first game against Fairmont, but really showed what he's about last night with that 16-point outburst as they get it out front, and there's a 3 by Lalonde that goes down.
Gollahue also played for us on the D&D Mountain Elite AAU program.
Again, right now you see the outside presence of this Ashland club. As Darryl mentioned, so many players shooting over 40% on the season for them from the field, and there's a foul on Freeze.
Guys, hit that like and share button. You can watch us on YouTube, dndsports.com, and our Facebook page. We are an interactive broadcast. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, as well as send your comments and questions in the comment section below. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, Darryl McCoy on the call.
7-4 in favor of Ashland here in the first quarter of our final game, 6th and final game from the Country Road Showcase here on this Saturday evening. As Trenton Atkins just checked out of the game for Chapmanville, and Jet Baseman checks in, and now a steal. Racing the other way. Tough layup attempt from the far side by Atkins won't fall as Benji Atkins crashes to the deck now. And we're going to get a loose ball foul here against Ashland. They get Cam Davis on the push. Both teams now with 3 fouls apiece here in the opening quarter. Chapmanville scored the first 4 points, but the last 7 have gone to Ashland.
Now Zion Blevins has switched to that point forward position that Brad Napper likes to play.
We've seen him working the ball up the floor more often than not here tonight. Now more bodies hit the deck.
Another foul on Ashland.
And they're going to get Xander Carter.
That was a great job by Benji Atkins stepping in there, Josh.
That's 2 charges Benji Atkins has took. This game so far in the first quarter ain't even over.
Those are the players you love as a coach right there, the ones that are willing to take the contact, willing to get those possessions back for you. Underneath they go to Blevins, and he's hacked by Jennings, and now Chapmanville does enter the 2-shot penalty with that foul. And that's going to be 2 fouls on Jennings. So you got Zion Blevins going to the line for the first time tonight, looking for his first point still. And this is where Chapmanville will have to make hay here tonight, is at the charity stripe if they're able to get there, but Blevins short on the first attempt. Freeze will check back in. Jennings will go to the bench with those 2 fouls. And you can see Chapmanville not even going to contest on the rebound right here. They know they have to get back and try and set their defense. And Blevins hits on the second. So 7-5 in favor of Ashland with 3:15 to go here in the first quarter. Carter gets it near side for Lalonde. Now back up top for Carter. Into the corner. Good look for 3 for Atkins. That one off the mark. No good. Rebounded by Jet Baisden. Baisden up ahead. Blevins has a crease to the basket up the right side, and he'll lay it in. 7 apiece now here in the first quarter as Blevins ties it up. It's been a quarter of many streaks so far for both teams. Carter with it, top of the key, guarded by Benji Atkins. He'll dribble over to his left. Nice back cut, swings it over for Freeze. He'll lay it up on the right side and in. Just good ball movement there by the Tomcats as they retake the lead at 9-7. Blevins crosses the timeline. Guarded by Atkins, gives it off to Gollihue. Gollihue thought about a 3, but had that disrupted by Davis as he came flying by. Now Cameron Blevins underneath for Zion Blevins. Puts it up in the paint, can't bank it in. Zion gets the rebound, but has it ripped out of his hands. Taken the other way by Atkins. They give it over left side. Now back for Lalonde. Takes it baseline. Cut off by both Blevins. Tries a cross-court pass, deflected by Chapmanville. Now they get it to Freeze. Into the corner for Carter, double teamed. Another dangerous pass, but Freeze gets it away from Baisden. Back over near side. Atkins drives in baseline. That's the sidestep Benji Atkins, who's been a charge magnet so far here in the first quarter. And after all of that, Ashland will reset. Far side with Carter, trying to take on Jet Baisden. Has size advantage, goes baseline, and great body control by Carter to put that in.
Yeah, because guess who was sitting right under the bucket? Waiting on the charge.
Benji Atkins already taken 2 this quarter, so you know Ashland's already aware of him. I'm sure that Coach Bonner has alerted his club to Atkins' presence as well in that area. As Jet Baisden 3 from the corner, too strong over everything. Rebound taken away by Atkins. 1:13 to go in the first quarter. Ashland leads Chapmanville by 4. Over left side, Atkins guarded by Gollihue. Brings it back up top, and there's going to be a push on Gollihue. That'll be his first. That'll be team foul number 4 against Chapmanville. So the next foul on them in the final 65 seconds will put Ashland at the free throw line as well. It'll be triggered in by Davis on the near side. Gets it to Freeze over far side for Atkins. Atkins spins out. Looks back up top, and Carter will reset near midcourt. Ashland slowed things down here on these last 2 possessions. After we were at a breakneck pace here for the first 6 or so minutes, now Carter gets a burst all the way to the basket, and there's no slowing him down once he gets the corner like that. He's got 5 now in the opening quarter, and the lead is built up to 6.
Looks like the Logan Wildcats are leading Mingo Central 53-40 right now.
Again, Logan trying to get a big win up on Middleburg Island tonight as well. And now that pass stolen away. Up ahead, Lalonde. He'll lay it in on the left side. And again, you can catch that Logan game with us on D&D Sports as well. So again, you can build up a couple of screens, open up a couple of tabs, and watch a couple of high school basketball games with us here tonight. So a 30-second timeout by Coach Brad Napper. We'll step aside as well and be back after this as you're watching the Country Road Showcase with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're looking for a great selection and a great experience for your next Harley-Davidson, come on down to Mountain State Harley-Davidson here in Del Barton, West Virginia.
We have new 2023 models in stock and ready for delivery. Special financing available.
Or choose pre-owned with one of the largest inventories in the tri-state area with great low prices.
Visit our showroom filled with licensed Harley-Davidson apparel and more.
Don't write that check until you check with us, Mountain State Harley-Davidson, 61 Priest Bottom Road, or visit us online at mountainstatehd.com.
In the house.
Cameron Blevins, 7 seconds left, gets it to Zion. Zion will drive right side, pull up, and he'll be fouled on the way up with 2.8 seconds left.
There's Zion Blevins going to the line. He'll go to the line and shoot a couple here.
He's 1 of 2 so far. He's got 3 points to lead the way for Chapmanville, and the first one's through. This is an area Chapmanville definitely struggled against Fairmont the other night. Last night had 4 misses from the line overall, not as bad. But 9 3-pointers is really what helped carry Chapmanville last night in that 25-point win over Sissonville. Blevins able to can both free throws. Ashland going to see if they can get this towards mid-court, if not further, to get a heave off here at the horn. Chapmanville trying not to let them get a running head of steam here, but they do get it into mid-court. Back over Carter. He's going to get an even better look at the horn. No good as it rolls off. And that'll do it for the first 8 minutes of action as Ashland takes a 15-9 lead over the Tigers heading into quarter number 2. Back after this break as you are watching the Country Road Showcase with us right here live on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a great selection, great prices, and a great experience on your next ATV, motorcycle, or side-by-side? Come check out Kiefer's Kawasaki.
Our #1 goal is to offer you the best power sport experience at a great price.
Like this new 23 Kawasaki Teryx 4 for only $17,999.
Before you write that check, check with us.
And remember, your adventure starts here at Kiefer Kawasaki. Route 44 South, Jerry West Highway in Logan, or visit KiefersPowersports.net.
(15-9) in favor of Ashland, Kentucky as we start quarter number 2. Chris Kidd, Darryl McCoy, Josh Evans here with you here tonight for our 6th and final game of this Country Road Showcase on this Saturday. And Darryl, again, good first quarter by Chapmanville, able to hang in, but this is, like we said, a very athletic, very well shooting Ashland team. And really, they didn't even shoot the ball that well in the first quarter, but Chapmanville forced a lot of tough looks.
Chapmanville called a break is what they call it in that first quarter. And, you know, when they catch breaks like that, Chapmanville has to take advantage of it. You know, this right here, Chapmanville trailing down 6 right now to start the second quarter. Let's see how Ashland comes out in the second quarter and shoots the ball.
Carter again got that excellent look at the end of the first quarter off that Valparaiso set play that they ran. Nearly worked out for them.
That's a good call there, Chris. Bryce Drew action.
I remember watching that as it happened. As what a drive by Carter. Gets in on the left side and lays it in. Yeah, I faked to stay home from school sick that day, and that's what I ended up catching. It was worth it.
Absolutely. We watched it during school.
My teachers weren't as much fun as that. They get it over to Gollihue. He faked on a 3, might have went up and down, but didn't get called, but instead it's turned over to Carter. Carter up the left side. Gollihue still giving chase. Almost picked up his second foul. Now they get it up top. Lalonde swings it over right side. Davis will get it back out to the perimeter. Now over to Adkins on the left wing. Looks inside, freeze. What a cut by him. Gets free on the left block and lays it in. He's got 4 points now, and the lead has swelled to 10. And it's a 19-5 run right now for Ashland, Kentucky after Chapmanville jumped out 4-0. Benji Adkins finds Cameron Blevins. Blevins able to shake his way over to the right side. Again, just not a lot of openings against this Ashland defense. They're extending very well right now. Barry does get inside, but didn't know where to go once he did. Blevins got caught in midair. Now Barry over to Gollihue. He finds some space, goes for 3, but that one's off the front iron. Barry, though, nice offensive board.
Yeah, Drew Barry, He's been a huge blessing for this Chapmanville team transferring back from Logan.
Cameron Blevins misses on the floater, and now we get a tie-up. And the possession arrow will stay with Chapmanville. But, yeah, he was playing football at Logan at the start of the year and then ended up back down here at Chapmanville, and he's going to be a big help.
They put him at wide receiver. Why in the world he wasn't at quarterback, I don't know, because that kid's got a nice arm on him.
Yeah, and I think that was a big reason right there. Again, he showed what he could do in the first game against Mam when he got in that game earlier this year. Now tries to show it off from three-point range, but just a little long.
Yeah, he's normally a consistent shooter from downtown.
Yeah, he had a couple of big ones last night, and that's really his big specialty on the offensive ends, that three-point range. Now 5:50 to go here in the first half. 19-9, Ashland leads it. Lalonde gets it back up top for Carter. Carter gets by his man, drives in on the left side, and again, that's just such a tough matchup for anybody. And now Barry was holding his ankle as he went to the ground. Looks like maybe his left ankle might have got rolled up that time.
And this is if he's not okay, it'd be a tough loss, because without Sam Miller and now without him, that bench gets even shorter. And Brad Napper, it's going to be hard for Brad Napper to do what he wants to do and play Chapmanville basketball with a short bench.
They go with a home run pass to Cameron Blevins. He'll make the grab, drives in right side, gets it to Trenton Atkins, who's checked in now for Barry. Back over to Cameron Blevins. Tough three from the corner, nearly got down, but rolls out. And there comes Ashland pushing again. Up head to Freeze, and he lost it off his fingertips and out of bounds. Coach Bonner not happy with that as he instructs his club to stay in pressure defense right now.
Coach Bonner is part of a rock band.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's the lead singer of a rock band.
I was going to say, you can tell by his personality. He's got a lot of fire in him down there. And that's where he's got to get most of that out whenever he goes out to sing with his group.
That's it.
Well, we'll have to ask him for a copy or a download somewhere. It's Benji Atkins. I was about to ask to say CD, but I was really showing my age there. Benji Atkins looks baseline, finds Gollihue. Tough fadeaway jumper. Is going to be short. Rebounded by Lalonde. He'll push into the front court. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Chapmanville scoreless so far here in the second quarter. Carter kicks it out. Lalonde, three is buried.
Nice on Lalonde. His father is a really famous softball trainer in the Ashland area.
I was going to say, are any of these guys not somehow semi-famous to famous wherever they're from?
Right.
There's some kind of great story behind each one of these guys.
Yep, absolutely.
They go down low for Blevins, spins on the baseline, try to force a pass to Benji Atkins, and Freeze looked like he got his hands in on it. And you look back on it now, it's 24-5. Ashland has outscored Chapmanville since the early minutes of this game.
I think his name's Adam Lalonde, producer KJ that works with us. His daughter went up and trained with him, and if you live in the state of Kentucky or you live in that tri-state area, you're getting trained by Adam Lalonde.
That's what I said, whenever you become a specialist like that and people trust you, everyone wants a piece of what you're able to offer them, and for a good reason. As Benji Atkins, another nice take on the inside by him. As we said at the top, he's been a good surprise this year for Chapmanville. Again, he played some good spot minutes last year. Wasn't asked to do a whole lot on the offensive end, but he's definitely getting more of that spotlight this year. Into the corner, open three on the way, rolls out for Atkins, and there's Benji Atkins on the boards. So he'll bring it up the right side. 24-11 Ashland kicks it out. Baisden steps inside the arc, goes back out to Atkins, swings it over for Gollihue, running one-hander. That one off the mark. Gollihue still scoreless here tonight. It's Ashland with the board, leading it by 13. It's Carter. It's 9 points so far in the game, and they've just kind of come in spots, and here could be another spot. Goes up and under on the drive. He crashes hard to the ground. Thankfully is okay. So here comes Blevins back the other way. Bullies his way in. Kicks it out to Gollihue. Gets into the middle. Tough floater. Rolls out. No good. Gollihue, good job there, not picking up the second foul as they get back up the other end. Atkins now holding the pressure. Waiting on Lalonde, who takes over. Baisden on him at the top of the key. We fall under 3 minutes to go before halftime. Carter with it. Guarded by Gollihue as Basin tries to help out. Now Carter looked like he extended that elbow.
Yeah, a little push off.
Now
Gollihue with the poke.
And it does get the steal that time, and then a reach-in foul after that as Clark tried to get it back, but instead commits the personal. Yeah, and every time tonight we've seen something kind of iffy in any of these games. It seems like it's come back and, ball don't lie situation on many of these calls or non-calls. It's Blevins. Gives it back to Zion Blevins. Looks inside, and Gollihue. Yeah, Gollihue just kind of pointed at himself there. He was supposed to cut and just didn't that time, and Blevins threw it to a spot.
Yeah, and it's, Joey Gollihue is a very special talent.
Yeah.
But right now what you're seeing is him adjusting to AA ball, and he'll get it figured out because he is an elite player when put in the right system. And, I know Brad Napper speaking to him. He's got a lot of big plans for Gollihue in the future.
And guess who just took his third offensive foul?
And Benji Atkins looks like he got hurt on that one, as he may have gone knee to knee with contact that time, but a 30-second timeout called. We'll be back in 30 seconds as you are watching the Country Road Showcase right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you got a big job to get done, don't just trust any flagging service. Call Diamond Flagging Service. Diamond Flagging Service keeps your community safe while also making sure it stays moving. Give Diamond Flagging Service a call today for their services. They also offer amazing job opportunities. Diamond Flagging Services, proud supporter of the Mountain Athletes.
24-11, Chapmanville trailing Ashland here late in the second quarter. Chris Kidd, Darryl McCoy, and Josh Evans here with you here tonight. And, well, the referee just puts the ball down and begins the 5-second count as Chapmanville was kind of poking around out of the timeout. There's Blevins across the timeline, gives it off to Gollihue.
Coach Napper really likes to extend those timeouts if he can.
Hey, I was going to say, every second you get, you take advantage of. As they get it out to Basin, over to Cameron Blevins. Hand in his face, takes the three, no good. And Carter, along with Clark that time, fighting for the rebound amongst each other, but Carter will get credit for the board. Atkins will bring it back up top. Xander Carter, again, such a sought-after talent from the area. 9 points here in the first half. Gets it back on the baseline, drives him, floats it over top of Blevins, no good. Rebounded on the backside, though, put back by Atkins, no good, but there's the tip by Davis for his first bucket.
Yeah, right now, Xander Carter, one of the favorites, and should be 16th Region Player of the Year, and he's one of the favorites for the D&D Sports Player of the Year. I think him, Aiden Barnett, right now, for McGoffin County are probably your two front runners.
That's such a competitive area too for it, and that getting that award is such a prestigious honor, so he's showing some of the flashes of what he's capable of here tonight in Chapmanville, West Virginia. As Basin, nice fake by him, got a man in the air but just short on the jumper. And Chapmanville's just been ice cold here in the second quarter, only 2 points in the second frame thus far for the defending state champions. Get it over near side, Carter. That's Basin on him. He's definitely got the size advantage if he wants it on this trip. Basin's so fast. Trying to use his speed to keep up with him. Get it over far side, Adkins. Down to 50 seconds to go before halftime. Now back, dangerous pass, but it does find Davis. Alonde gives it back to Davis. Carter trying to post up down low, but you saw Zion Blevins come over from the weak side to help Basin. Now over to Carter, gets some space for three, and he'll connect.
How many high school point guards is 6'5", 6'6"?
It is. It's incredible to see the size and the quickness and the dribbling ability of this young man as Gollihue can't hit on the three. Zion with the rebound, forces up a fadeaway jumper, no good. And now Carter with the board. Final 15 seconds here of the first half. Carter, big burst into the middle and whistling a charge call.
Another charge call.
And that time it's Cameron Blevins taking the hit. You know what? Cameron Blevins, he's more of a man than I would be. I saw Xander Blevins with that big of a burst coming at me. I'm opening up a red carpet to the basket for the man.
Well, that definitely, that kid's tough as nails. He come over from Lincoln County second semester last year. the younger brother of Zion Blevins.
Yeah, and he's been a nice addition here this year for Chapmanville in the first few games. And hopefully he'll be up to par as far as his injury from last night moving forward. Blevins gets it over for Zion with 2 seconds left. Zion forces one up at the horn, and he'll connect to give Chapmanville something to cheer about going into intermission. And again, the Tigers have hung tough with Ashland here in the first half, but again, the talent of this Ashland, Kentucky club has shown through to a 29-13 lead heading into halftime. Well, Josh, Darryl, and I are going to step aside for a break. When we come back, we'll talk about the first half here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium as you are watching the Country Road Showcase with us right here live on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're trying to rehab from an on-the-field or workplace injury, come to Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance in Chapmanville, West Virginia for all your physical therapy needs. For over 10 years, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance has been making sure their clients rebound in the quickest amount of time possible. That's Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. Look forward to seeing you. Call Restoration One, West Virginia's go-to cleanup crew. Don't let fire, wind, water damage ruin your property. Restoration One can get you back to 100% in the quickest time possible. Our staff here at Restoration One is fast, friendly, and reliable. We got experts that use the latest in technology to remove mold and damages left behind by Mother Nature. Don't just trust anyone. Trust Restoration One. Stop by Eric Homa Drug today and let them fill your prescription. Eric Homa Drug has been serving the Chapmanville community for over 46 years. They're a proud supporter of the Chapmanville Tigers and all mountain athletes.
Here at Logan Bank and Trust, we are committed to serving the needs of the southern coalfields. So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away.
Here at LB&T, we make online banking easy.
We've taken the hassle out of applying for a loan on our new website. It's as simple as going to our lbnt.com website and choosing the loan product that best suits your needs.
Your loan on your time. Visit us at lbnt.com. You're only a click away.
So if you need to borrow money, remember, we are just a click away. It's easy to apply online at lbnt.com. And all decisions are made locally. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Candle Shop Florist in Chapmanville, West Virginia wants to wish the Chapmanville Tigers the best of luck in today's matchup against Tug Valley. Candle Shop Florist has been a pillar of the Chapmanville community for nearly 50 years. Stop by and see us today and check out our flowers, candles, decorative blankets for funerals. We rent tuxedos and more. Look forward to seeing you.
Back here at Chapmanville Regional High School, Country Road Showcase. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, Darryl McCoy on the call here as we got Ashland leading Chapmanville 29-13. Real quick, guys, if you're sitting at home enjoying this game, you're watching it courtesy of Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Tiger Ice Cream and Grill, Restoration One. If you have a flood damage, fire damage, call Restoration One. City of Logan, Jim Mar Services. They'll get you a job in the coalfield right now where you can support your family and be comfortable. Vote Shayna O'Brien Thompson, Circuit Court Judge 2024. Small Town Girl Promotions, Singular, Amber Belcher. Diamond Flagging Company, Candle Shop Floors, Tudor's Biscuit World, McCoy Dental, Eric Homa Drugs, Gracie and Tate Merchandise, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Coalfield Health, Horizontal Drilling Inc., Giovanni's of West Logan, Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop. Guys, Shayna O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for Circuit Judge for Mingo and Logan counties in May 2024. Vote Shayna O'Brien Thompson for your choice for a fair, respectful working circuit judge. Also, guys, Want to thank our good friend Amber Belcher, does a lot for Mountain Athletes. She's a huge supporter of the Logan Wildcats and Chapmanville Tigers. Amber Belcher, a small girl promotion in her efforts to help all towns all over the state with grant writing and growth. Then with Singular, she has 13 years of health and wellness coaching, providing people with energy, health, and business building goals. Call Amber Belcher today for all your needs with Singular and Small Girls Promotions.
Again, here at the half, Darryl and Josh, it is 29-13 in favor of Ashland, Kentucky. And you look at the first half scoring, starting with Ashland, leading all scorers is Xander Carter with 12 points. Then you have Lalonde with 8 points, followed by Freeze with 4 points, Jennings with 3, and Davis with 2 to round out the scoring. On the other end for Chapmanville, 7 points for Zion Blevins to lead the Tigers, Benji Atkins with 4 points, and Cameron Blevins with 2 points to round out the scoring for the Tigers. And, you look at three-point shooting, 4 3-pointers for Ashland, which maybe a little below the mark that, they expected coming in here tonight, but still shooting at a high percentage. Chapmanville, though, on the other end, after hitting 9 3-pointers last night, have not hit one yet this evening, but it's a whole different caliber of defense that they're dealing with right now as opposed to last night against Sissonville. And nothing against Sissonville. I thought they had a fine team last night, but this is just another level that Chapmanville is trying to climb right now. And at the moment, Ashland's just been a cut above at almost every facet of the game, albeit Chapmanville fighting as hard as they possibly can right now to keep this as close as they can.
Josh, what's the Bruce Waters keys to the second half for Chapmanville?
Well, the Tigers got to get something flowing offensively in their sets, slow the game down a little bit. Then on defense, they're going to have to close out on the shooters a little better, try to get a hand up, and see where the ball falls at the end of the game.
Yeah, offensively, I think they just got to find a way to get Gollihue and Blevins involved and get Gollihue some clean looks. Right now, Gollihue having to work for everything. I think if they can find a way to get them to some clean looks, they might be able to climb back in it. But it's going to be an uphill battle.
Yeah, and that's going to be the big part of it in the second half, just seeing your team compete. We talked about that in the fourth quarter with Chris Gore's girls earlier tonight against Wyoming East. But that's what I think Brad Napper, you saw how positive he was going into the locker room. I think he just wants to see this team battle because that's going to be the big thing for them moving forward. Can they sustain against these stronger teams, and will they have the mental makeup once you get into February and March? But right now, we're going to step aside for a break here in just a moment. Again, Darryl and Josh discussing a couple of things here real quick. But we'll step aside for a break, and when we come back, we will be set for the start of quarter number 3 here from Danny Gobby Gymnasium as you are watching the Country Road Showcase. Thank you. My brain just froze on me, but the Country Road Showcase brought to you live here on the D&D Sports Network.
And as we're back here, Chris, right now, who has been the hot hand for Ashland?
Well, again, Xander Carter has 12 points here in the first half, and he's done it in different phases. He's not come out and just taken over, dominated on every possession. He's been patient. He's waited for his opportunities, and once he's found creases, he's found spots on the floor to sit in on, he's been able to knock down his jumpers, get to the bucket, get to the free throw line, and I think Xander Carter is just the catalyst for everything that this Ashland club does on the offensive end, and as he goes, he really sets up everybody else, and he's just been impressive to watch. 12 points doesn't sound like a mountain of points in the first half, but it's been everything he's done even without the ball that's really helped this Ashland club in the first 16 minutes.
And I tell you, for him to, he committed end of his sophomore year to Liberty. He said he wanted to go ahead and get that off his plate. He said that way, no pressure, so he could finish his high school career and focus on winning the state title.
And I think that's one of the best things to do. You see a lot of these kids waiting up until the last minute, and I think that's a kid that kind of knows what he wants right there, and he knows what he wants to focus on. And, knowing that Liberty's a good place for him to go to, a chance for him to concentrate on the rest of his high school ball. If there's other opportunities, they'll come now. We see that with the transfer portal. There's an opportunity every 5 minutes now,
Chris,
but that's a good thing.
As you see Chapmanville coming out, who's their leading scorer?
For Chapmanville, it's been Zion Blevins in the first half. He's had 7 points for the Tigers. Again, haven't had a whole lot of offense to talk about for Chapmanville in the first half. That coming, obviously, with Ashland's defense. But Zion Blevins, he's been able to get in transition a couple of times. He's had a good couple of post-ups, hit a nice turnaround right before the end of the first half to get himself going. And he's just a battler. He's another kid out there on the floor. He'll wait for his opportunities, but once he gets them, he starts getting them in piles. And I think you'll see him maybe try and step out a little bit more here in the second half, find some jumpers, find some three-point opportunities. He's someone that's very versatile, and he always has been.
Yeah, that's the luxury of having a kid like that for Brad Napper. And Zion, he's had to play a different road this year, guys. Zion, his whole career, he's got to be that second guy, that Robin to a Batman. This year, he has to be Batman, and you're still seeing him grow into that.
Yeah, and it's a much different role to have to step into. Even whenever you feel like you are a major part of it, you don't really understand the major part till you are the major part. And I think he's taken on that role fairly well so far this year. Again, it's hard to assess because of the level of talent they've played in 2 of their first 3 games here so far, but I think Zion has shown he belongs on the floor with any group of opponents that he's gone up against so far. And now they're going to get another test here as the second half begins. And Ashland looked like almost got away with a push-off there, but Carter uses that arm so well. He doesn't extend it. He just kind of pushes you with it where it's hard to see. Get it to Jennings over left side, and Jennings cans another 3.
Guys, Jimmy Johnson, he was going 100% on his predictions, it seems like. He says Travis Perry already has 27 in King Kelly's old house in Wayland over there in Kentucky, as he is trying to put on a show in front of all the Floyd County fans. And there's, what do they call that?
I don't know, both sides don't look happy right now. And they're going to get Cameron Blevins. I'm not entirely sure what they got him for. It looked like he signaled a charge at first and then got it against Cameron Blevins, so I'm not sure what the call was.
Okay, we had that mixed up there. Cam Blevins is Zion Blevins' uncle.
Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is correct. Yeah, it's one of those Zion had to explain one day whenever we asked him about it. But yeah, they seem to have fun with it whenever they talk about it. As Carter to the free throw line, gets it back out to Lalonde. 1 minute gone here in the third quarter. Jenny's three-pointer, the only points we have thus far in this third frame.
And Tyson Lalonde had a really big summer on the recruiting scene as he picked up a handful of offers through AAU season.
Zion Blevins. Zion patiently waiting, now dribbles to his right, back to the center. Nice spin move inside, but again, nice job by Freeze and Carter sticking with him on that possession. Now Carter the other way, floater in the paint, too strong. Jennings though on the rebound, kicks it back out. 3 on the way, and count it for Cam Davis. 6-0 Ashland to start the third quarter, and that pushes the lead to 22. That is the 6-3 of the game for this Tomcat club. Gollihue with a nice take, spins into the center but left it short. Rebounded by Jennings. So push it across the timeline. 5:42 to go in the third quarter. Trenton Atkins gets off the bench for Chapmanville. He'll check back in at the next whistle. Up top, Carter drives in hard against Gollihue. Pull-up jumper and a late whistle, but they're going to get Gollihue for hacking him on the elbow, it appears.
Guys, again, hit that like and share button. Get these numbers up for these boys. As let us know where you're watching from, who you're rooting for, as you got a primetime matchup here in the Country Road Showcase. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, Darryl McCoy on the call. You're watching the D&D Sports Network.
How many points does he have? 13?
So we're seeing Xander Carter going to the line here. He's going to try to hit the second here, Chris.
And so far here tonight, Carter 12 points at halftime, looking for his 13th here after missing the first, and he'll connect. He's 2 of 4 from the line now. So it's 36-13 in favor of Ashland, Kentucky.
We see our guy Derek Browning turning in.
And again, we love seeing who all is watching whenever you get a chance to. As Carter forces a turnover off of Blevins' hands. That's what we talked about. It's not just about Xander Carter's points. It's about all the other things he does, and that's really what gets you noticed.
It is. Crystal Hudson says go Ashland. Jennifer Gollyhue says go Tigers. We are watching from Delbarton. Now, you're spot on there, Chris. That's why Xander Carter, the shooting is the last thing people notice about him. You know, it's his ability to play make. It's, his ability to defend, his size, his rebounding, his effort,
Yeah, because you got a gazillion kids that can shoot the basketball.
That's it, yep.
And now there's a steal as Lalonde takes it off the floor, gets it up at the freeze, a little too strong on the way in. As Jennings gets it back out, and there's going to be another foul on Gollyhue.
You know, what kids forget these days all too much, Josh, is they forget that scoring is only one part of the game. You know, you're only going to have the ball in your hands 10% of the time at most. What do you do that other 90%?
Defense.
Yeah, because that's what I said, you get to the next level. I said everybody was all state, everybody was all conference, everybody was all everything.
Yep.
And not everyone can be the scorer on every night as Jennings misses on the three and Gollyhue with the rebound. Long pass up ahead. Finds Benji Atkins, but Jennings gets back. Atkins dumps it off for Trenton Atkins over to Gollyhue, looking for his first bucket tonight. Can't get it to fall. Carter with the rebound. He'll push it back the other way. 3-on-2 momentarily. Carter will keep it himself, and he'll lay it in. You know, once you learn those little things in the game that'll get you minutes, get you onto the floor, get you noticed, that's whenever you start getting recruited a lot more. It's underneath. Nice job by Zion Blevins sticking with that play and laying it in.
You know, Trenton Atkins looks like something with the clock. Trenton Atkins, you know, I'd like to see him when he gets on offensive rebounds. This summer, he was a mismatch nightmare when we played him with our D&D Mountain Elite AAU team. Just his physical size, his toughness, and we've not really seen him use that part of his game tonight.
Now, Gollyhue's going to check out here. Looked like he was a little shaken up. But yeah, Trenton Atkins is one of those. He's been a nice surprise at the start of the year, but I think he'll continue to progress as the year goes along. As a full timeout called on the floor, we'll step aside as well and be back after this break as you are watching the Country Road Showcase right here live on the D&D Sports Network.
Kendall Shop Florist in Chapmanville, West Virginia wants to wish the Chapmanville Tigers the best of luck in today's matchup against Tug Valley. Kendall Shop Florist has been a pillar of the Chapmanville community for nearly 50 years. Stop by and see us today and check out our flowers, candles, decorative blankets for funerals. We rent tuxedos and more. Look forward to seeing you.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
Kid with you alongside me, Darryl McCoy, Josh Evans, as we're here for the 6th and final game on this Saturday of the Country Road Showcase. We're glad you've been with us here all Friday and Saturday as these 9 games have been tremendous so far. And now coast-to-coast drive, and what a take by Carter as he'll hit as he hits the deck, and he'll go to the line. There's that speed that we talked about as well. Again, he just gets that head of steam rolling downhill at 6'5". It's not a lot you can do to try and slow him down at that point, as that'll be his 17th point. Free throws have been a little bit of a problem for him tonight. He's now 2 of 5. There's not been much that Xander Carter's had to sweat about as far as his offensive game has been. Zion Blevins over to the left, 40-15, Ashland in control. It's Benji Atkins over the left side, dumps it down low for Zion. Backs in on Jennings, kicks it back out. Now they go back down to Zion again, trying to repost him. Back out to Benji Atkins. He'll step into a 3, and Benji Atkins connects.
Benji Atkins, he's played as good as any Tiger tonight, by his taking charges and then stepping up, hitting a big shot there.
That's 7 points for him, and as you mentioned, he's taken 3 charges here tonight as well. Cuts the lead down to 22 now as Jennings dribbles to the left elbow. He'll pull up from there, and he'll hit on the turnaround. That's 8 points for him now.
There's Jennings.
42-18 in favor of Ashland, Kentucky. We said the #1 team in their area in Kentucky.
And the #1 team in the D&D Sports Network rankings.
And they've been impressive here tonight. And Chapmanville's fought well here tonight, considering their opponent, but Ashland's shown a lot that has been impressive for them to try and get back to Rupp Arena this year as foul on the turnaround. They're going to get Cam Davis. That'll be his 3rd foul. 2:33 to go here in the 3rd quarter, and that'll send Zion Blevins back to the line. Blevins 9 points, 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. And that'll put Zion into double figures once again. So he had 18 in the first game against Fairmont, 23 last night against Sissonville, and now 10 so far here tonight. As Gollihue will check back in after he was shaken up a few moments ago. That'll send Jet Bays into the bench.
Looks like Drew Berry checked in for Trenton Atkins.
And so again, Berry, after dealing with that ankle early on in this contest, appears to be fine now. The second free throw goes through as well for Blevins. So 42-20. And now Gollihue looking for a steal in the backcourt, able to keep his hands on it, but now looks like they're going to get a kick.
I didn't see him kick it. It was under his legs. It should have been a jump ball.
Yep, should have been a jump ball.
That's what I was thinking. I was going to say, it's hard for him to kick it with it underneath his legs. Carter into the corner, wide open as Freeze as Blevins goes flying at him, and just enough of a distraction to cause the miss. Now here's Gollihue up the left side, dribbles back towards the middle, finds a crease, gets to the basket, and there's a nice take by Joey Gollihue. And there's some of that athletic ability and burst that Gollihue possesses as he gets his first 2 of the evening. 42-22, Ashland leads it. Under 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and that just tells you the type of attitude and the player that Joey Gollihue is he wanted to challenge himself, so he took the step up to double-A ball, and there you go, Cam Blevins.
Tell you what, a good couple of minutes here by the Tigers as they've cut the lead back down to 18 after Blevins' layup. That's his 4th point of the night. Jennings into the corner for Clark. Faked on a 3. Gets it back to Jennings. He's now double teamed. And again, this is what we talked about, Brad Napper wanting to see here, the fight with his club here in this 3rd quarter. So far here in the 3rd, Ashland's only outpointed Chapmanville by 2. It's been a close 3rd quarter. Get it over to Freeze now into the middle for Clark. Back out for Jennings. As we hit 1 minute to go here in the 3rd frame. Carter with it. Carter's got 5 points this quarter, 17 for the contest to lead all scorers. Trying to double team him. Carter tried to dribble through and had it knocked away. Up ahead to Zion Blevins. Blevins one-on-one here. Had it knocked away by Atkins. Now a turnaround in the paint and Zion converts.
Got it to 16.
Again, this has been a nice little run for the Tigers. Fell behind by 24. Now they've gone on an 8-0 run. Over left side, Clark for 3. No good. Tipped out, and they're going to get an over-the-back call on Jennings. That's his 3rd.
30 seconds to go. Guys, don't forget, May 2024, vote for Shayna O'Brien Thompson for Circuit Judge in Logan and Mingo counties.
42-26.
And here comes the pressure from Ashland.
And they're going to try and disrupt this rhythm Chapmanville's taken here in the last couple of minutes. Get this back down to 16. 20 seconds to go in the 3rd. As they call a kick here.
Another kick ball that wasn't actually kicked.
Well, I'm saying if it was kicked by Zion and should have been the other way, but.
Inbound to the Berry. Give it back to Atkins. 15 seconds left. Benji going to work. Spins in the lane and threw it up off balance and got it to go.
All of a sudden, we got a 14-point ball game here, and that's a momentum killer.
Clark got behind the defense and able to lay it in. 2 seconds left in the quarter. Atkins will heave from half court, short, and that'll do it for the third quarter of action. But Ashland and Chapmanville fight to a tie in the third quarter, but it's Ashland leading it by 16 as we start quarter number 4. We'll be back after this as you are watching the Country Road Showcase with us right here live on the D&D Sports Network.
Looking for a new healthcare provider? Come see us at Tug Valley Wellness Clinic. We take all patients from the ages 2 and up. Our staff has over 30 years of medical experience. We do everything from DOT physicals, wellness exams, adult and child, walk-in visits, and more. Call us today at 304-236-3601 or reach us Monday through Friday.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
Back here in Chapmanville Regional High School, Country Road Showcase. Ashland leads 44-28. Josh Vance, Chris Kidd, and Darryl McCoy on the call. Coming out to start the fourth quarter, we got Xander Carter with how much?
17 points now on the evening for him to lead all scorers. Zion Blevins not too far behind for Chapmanville, leading the Tigers with 13 points. They were fought to a standstill in the third quarter, but it's still a 16-point lead for the Ashland Tomcats at the start of the final 8 minutes as Gollihue into the paint, floating right-hander goes. So again, he was shut out in the first half. Gollihue's now got his 4th point here at the start of the fourth quarter.
Almost had a steal there by Drew Berry.
Again, this is a Chapmanville club. You're never going to see a Brad Napper club quit in any ball game, and they've shown a lot of fight here in this second half after the way the first half ended for them under that flurry by Ashland.
That's because he's not ever going to let them quit.
Yeah, I was going to say, you talk to any of these players, you know what their practices are like, you know how demanding Brad can be, but it pays off in the long run for them. And there's a 3 from the corner by Lalonde, his 3rd of the game. 47-30 now, Ashland leads it. It's Gollihue over to Berry in the left corner. Top of the key, knocked away by Carter. Here he comes, but now Zion Blevins steals it back. Over to Cam Blevins, over right side. Gets it over Freeze and lays it in. 47-32 now, Ashland leads it. It's caught in midair was Lalonde and throws it away. Zion with it across the timeline, over to Benji Atkins. Drives in left side, bullies his way to the basket, and he'll go to the free throw line. And Benji Atkins uses that upper body strength so well. He was able to dip that right elbow in order to create that space each time.
Well, Atkins going to the line here.
He's got a chance to get into double figures on this free throw attempt, as that one off the back iron, no good.
Kidd has played a key part to Chapmanville tonight. Maybe his best game I've seen him play as far as the importance.
And he had 8 points last night against Sissonville, but now he's got 10 here tonight. And you get that kind of production from Benji Atkins throughout the season, that's going to be big.
Fans wanted to walk there, it didn't come.
6:20 to go in the fourth quarter. 14-point lead for Ashland. They did lead it by 24 in the third quarter. They'll kick it out to Jennings. They'll reset with Carter near midcourt. Zion Blevins out to guard him. Carter, now they try and spring a double team, gets rid of it quickly. Over to Lalonde, 3 from the corner, and why not another? He's got 4 now in the evening.
Tyson Lalonde smoking them from downtown.
That's his 4th three-pointer now for the evening. Lead back up to 17. Berry, he gets an opening for one of the few times tonight. Can't hit on the 3. Benji Atkins, though, on the boards, and he'll dip it back in. He's now got a dozen this evening, and the lead back down to 15. It's Freeze caught in the backcourt, gets it over, far side. Davis gives it up. Back out top for Carter. Now he finds a crease, gets to the basket, rejected underneath. Dollahue and Blevins both there for the rejection. Now to Berry, and Berry just lost it off his hands and out of bounds.
I think that's a fatigue turnover there.
And I think that, and he might have saw Jennings storming in out of the corner of his eye there. Might have been thinking about a pass instead. That's the part of it. You get caught in between one and the other, you're typically going to pick the wrong one. Let's pass up ahead. Jennings now, he's got a chance. Goes to the basket. Tried to put a poster on Joey Dollahue.
I believe Dollahue got a hand on the ball.
Yeah, he got a piece of it.
He had visions of putting Joey Dollahue on Sports Center there for a moment, and Dollahue got the better of the exchange. Now Benji Atkins backs in, over to Berry in the left corner. Berry shovels it down for Atkins, back out to Berry, gets a good look.
There you go.
Oh, it was on line but short. Carter on the rebound, good outlet pass for Lalonde, and he's rejected by Dollahue.
Dollahue, he says, and I tell you, you want to know what that's called, Chris?
Makeup.
A makeup call.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because that, I heard leather. A lot of leather on that.
That was as clean as it got on that one. Now, that other one, we can debate that, yeah.
Yeah, so that's where you say, I guess, tit for tat as far as that goes. But, yeah, that was about as clean as a Windex wipe on that one.
Yeah.
As you can still hear the boost from the Chapmanville side, but Lalonde hits the first. Karma has been quite the theme of this tournament the last 2 days, I've noticed. Yeah. Lalonde again quietly, a really strong game from him from the field, but as soon as I say that, he misses the free throw and he hits the deck. So
back to 16. Chapmanville starting to run out of time. They got to get some offense going here quickly.
Down to 4:37 and counting here in the fourth quarter. It's Cameron Blevins gives it off to Berry. You can tell how frustrated this Ashland club has started to get, though, with this Chapmanville team. Here in this second half, Chapmanville's just been scrappy, hanging around, still pushing their pressure on Ashland. So you're seeing a lot more physicality here in this fourth quarter now. As Dollahue spins, turn around in the paint, and Dollahue hits another.
He's really come alive here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah. As I said, he's got such a point production outburst waiting within him all throughout the year. And Jennings, boy, what a drive by him, able to get to the rim for his 10th point. Yeah, Dollahue he's like Vinny the Microwave, you know, he can heat up in a hurry. And here's a deep three, and Dollahue hits.
Joey Dollahue.
Well, we mentioned he can heat up in a hurry, and he has here in the fourth, but there's Jennings getting behind everyone again.
That's Chapmanville just not getting back in transition D, and you know, offensively, they're finally starting to pick it up, but defensively, they're falling apart.
And again, they're having to play more or less Hail Mary defense on these pressures right now to force turnovers. And this Ashland club just too experienced and too smart for that, as Dollahue with the whistle and the foul. And unbelievable, he had no points till near the end of the third quarter, and now he's got 11, 9 of those here in the fourth.
Chapmanville just taking care of business on the defensive end. Right now, Joey Dollahue seems to be doing this all for nothing if Chapmanville keeps giving up his layups.
That'll be key here in the next minute or so. Again, Chapmanville trying to somehow fight their way back to within 10 after they trailed by 24 in the third quarter.
And listen, this right here, Joey Dollahue having this kind of night, what it's going to do is it's going to give him confidence moving forward, knowing that he did it against the top team in the mountains.
I agree. Again, after the way the Fairmont game went for a lot of them, I think this will do a lot for this team's confidence. Is a whistle and a charge. Who else?
Benji Atkins. Number 4 or 5 on the evening.
That's his 5th, ain't it, Chris?
I believe so. Now, you know, I mentioned the Lusk girl from Wyoming East, that she was on the floor more than a mop in that game before, but I tell you what, Benji Atkins has one-upped her here almost here in this ball game. Now Chapmanville has sliced the lead to 13 after it stood at 24 in the third quarter. Now Dollahue's got the hot hand. He's trying to find any space he can. Gets it over to Berry. Could this be the time? No, it was tipped. Yeah, Lalonde got his hands on that. Good defensive play by him. Now Carter races into the front court all the way to the basket. Almost got it to fall. Tough shot and almost got to go down.
Not now. If you're Ashland, there's Barry.
Oh, it was on line but short.
If you're Ashland, I don't know why I think it's just in their DNA why they continue to push.
Oh, he got caught Jennings with the push in the back.
Yeah.
Most teams would slow it down to eat some clock here, but I just don't know if that's in Ashland's DNA.
I agree with you. Whenever you learn how to play one way, you only know one way, and it's hard to all of a sudden tell you to pull it out like Wyoming East girls did in the last game and slow it down. No, you're going to play how you play.
We got Swaggy Sal tuning in, says, go get the ball, Big Z. Swaggy Sal took this team to the promised land, state title last year. What a year it was in Chapmanville for that kid.
No, it was. He was a phenomenal player to watch. You know, really enjoyed any time got to interact with him as well, and hope he's doing okay now as he moved into his freshman and college year.
Should have been West Virginia Player of the Year.
He misses on the floater, rebound taken away by Ashland. Yeah, a lot of people felt like, you know, he didn't get the respect he maybe deserved as far as that vote went last year. But at the end of the day, he walked out of there with a ring and a plaque. And
I can tell you this, there wasn't a better player at the state tournament than Saldane.
I agree. Anytime Chapmanville was in trouble last year in any of those 3 games, it just seemed like he had the big shot or the big pass at the right moment.
Special young man. Here we go. 55-42.
Minute 50 to play now. Carter tries to go up and under, and he'll be fouled on the play, and that'll send him to the line to shoot 2. And that's Gollihue, and that is the 5th and final foul for Gollihue as he'll exit. But again, good close to this game for Gollihue. 11 points, all of them in the second half, 9 here in the fourth quarter. You know, I think if you'd have left this game with only 2 points or being shut out in this contest, that could have been a big down point for him. But I think the way he closed this game, you're going to see that kid play with a lot more confidence going forward in this season. But I think he knows the athletic ability he has, but now I think he knows he can do this at just about any level as Carter hits on the first free throw. That's 18 points now in the evening for Carter. 3 of 6 from the line. That's been the only area where he's probably going to look at and wonder what in Lord's name went on tonight for him. And now 3 of 7 as he missed that one. A whistle in the backcourt and a foul on Ashland.
Double bonus is in effect.
Yes, and now you're going to have Chapmanville shooting 2 here for the last minute 47. Blevins goes to the line. He's got 13 points here this evening. 5 of 6 from the free throw line. Looking for his first points of the fourth quarter as he gets the friendly roll. And unbelievably, Chapmanville now has outscored Ashland here in the second half. They trailed by 16 at halftime. They've outscored Ashland overall by 3. Again, Ashland had a 24-point lead in the third quarter. And Chapmanville has cut that nearly in half as Blevins short on the second attempt. Now freeze and move that pivot foot, but gets away with it. Now Davis got caught in a tough spot, and it looks like maybe they were granted a timeout here with 1:36 to go. 30-second timeout, and we'll take it as well and be back after this as you're watching the Country Road Showcase right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Come visit the Huntington Ale House, where you get the best steak, burgers, and brews in the Mountaineer State. It's an all-American steakhouse, voted the #1 mac and cheese in West Virginia. We serve brunch all day. 48 draft beers on tap with the state's best craft beer selection. Half-price happy hour with half price on selection appetizers, drafts, and cocktails from 3 to 6 p.m. and again, 9 p.m. to close. The Huntington Ale House is also open to hosting events and parties in our upstairs section. Give us a call at 304-522-2537 or contact us via huntingtonale.com. We look forward to seeing you.
.136 to play here in the contest. Chris Kidd, Darryl McCoy, Josh Evans here with you this evening as Ashland leading at 56-43. What has been an entertaining second half, been nip and tuck between the two, and now Carter throws it away to Blevins, and I don't know, Freeze, well, I get why he fouled there again, 1:32 to go, but he knew Blevins was going to have a run out for a layup, and instead will send him to the line. That'll be the third foul on Freeze. And Blevins with a chance to tack on 2 more here. First free throw through, and now Chapmanville has officially cut that 24-point deficit in half. It looks like Tiger's going to run out of time potentially here tonight. And the second free throw gets friendly roll.
16 points for Zion Blevins for the night.
And don't forget, Reggie Miller had 12 points in 9 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember watching that one, too. There's a foul in the backcourt as Benji Atkins trying to rip that ball out of Carter's hands, but he'll be whistled for the foul. And next foul will put Ashland in the 2-shot penalty. So that may be part of the strategy Brad Napper looking to employ now with 1:27 left. As Carter gets the inbounds pass, he'll circle around, brings it back out. And now Ashland trying to spread it out a little bit here. As Davis goes inside for Freeze, and Chapmanville gambled on the pass and lost, and they'll send Freeze to the free throw line. Freeze with 4 points, all those coming in the first half. Hasn't scored yet here in the second half. He's been big on the boards tonight. He's done a good job passing on the interior as well. Can't hit on the first free throw.
Nate Freeze.
Second free throw up. That one rattles out, but there's Carter on the rebound. Misses on the layup attempt. Shovel back to Lalonde. He's rejected by Blevins, but again, loose ball comes to the Tomcats, and there's a foul in the corner. You mentioned at the top of the broadcast, Darryl, this Ashland team, such a great rebounding club. They just know where the ball is, and Carter, he got there before I think Chapmanville even got off the block that time to try and grab the rebound.
They are, and like I said, that Nate Freeze is at the line will go 11 for 19 coming in this game from downtown. That's impressive.
That is very impressive. As Atkins gets the free throw to fall, that's his first point of the evening. And he'll can both.
Guys, let us know who you think the Menu Beef Jerky player of the game should be, and we will definitely take Tug Valley Wellness Clinic player of the game, and we'll definitely take your recommendation into strong consideration.
Final minute of play here in the Country Road Showcase. Zion Blevins gets a nice pass from Cameron Blevins, and Zion will lay it in. And a quick timeout for Chapmanville with 54.5 to go. We'll be back after this as you're watching the Country Road Showcase with us right here on the D&D Sports Network.
Come on down to Three Guys Pizza and Brew in Williamson, West Virginia. We're located on the corner of Harvey Street and 3rd Avenue. We got great deals on pizzas, sandwiches, and more. Get great service with great pricing. Enjoy your birthday or ball games with us here at Three Guys Pizza and Brew. Look forward to seeing you. At Giovanni's Pizza in West Logan, we got subs, calzones, wings, pizza, and more. Stop by today. Great service with great deals. We also got a newly renovated and remodeled dining room where you can enjoy your game day celebrations or relax after a trail ride. We look forward to seeing you at Giovanni's in Logan, West Virginia.
54.5 seconds remaining here in the fourth quarter. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, and Darryl McCoy here with you on the D&D Sports Network for our sixth and final game of the day. In Ashland, Kentucky, hanging on to a 58-47 lead here over the Chapmanville Tigers. Again, it was a 24-point lead in the third quarter, but Chapmanville's fought back here in the last 8 or so minutes, but running out of time here with just 49.5 seconds to go, and they'll send Ashland back to the free throw line. That'll be the second foul on Zion Blevins.
You know, after being down almost 30 points, cut it back to 11's a pretty good feat.
And I like what Zion Blevins even said on social media after the first game against Fairmont. He just told everybody, he said, we're going to be fine. He said, we'll be fine. And I think here in the second half, they've shown that, you know what, they are going to be fine. You know, it's a team that's still fighting to gel together. A couple transfers in, trying to learn to play with each other. And this second half, I think, is a big stepping stone for this Chapmanville club. Zion across midcourt with it. 45 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. Steps in, long two on the way, and Zion hits. And Brad Napper wants another timeout. He's coaching and fighting right down to the final whistle here with 39.3 seconds to go. 30-second timeout. We'll take it as well and be back after this as you're watching the Country Road Showcase right here on the D&D Sports Network.
At Giovanni's Pizza in West Logan, we got subs, calzones, wings, pizza, and more. Stop by today. Great service with great deals. We also got a newly renovated and remodeled dining room where you can enjoy your game day celebrations or relax after a trail ride. We look forward to seeing you at Giovanni's in Logan, West Virginia.
Vance and Darryl McCoy here with you from the Country Road Showcase here in Chapmanville, West Virginia, as Jet Baisden knocks it away underneath the basket, staying with Ashland. And Chapmanville fighting down to the final whistle right now, and Ashland's had their struggles from the line, and now Ashland's going to have to burn a timeout with 38.5 seconds to go. That'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it as well. We'll be back right after this as you're watching the Country Road Showcase right here on the D&D Sports Network.
If you're injured in a car wreck, don't delay. Give me a call today, Justin Markham. Here at Markham Law Office, we will fight for you. Don't settle for a handshake and a small check from the insurance companies. Give us a call. Don't take on the big insurance companies alone. We will fight to get you the compensation you deserve. Here at Markham Law Office, you're more than a client. You're family, and we take care of family. Give me a call, Justin Markham, attorney at law.
If you're looking for a great selection and a great experience for your next Harley-Davidson, come on down to Mountain State Harley-Davidson here in Delbarton, West Virginia.
We have new 2023 models in stock and ready for delivery. Special financing available.
Or choose pre-owned with one of the largest inventories in the tri-state area with great low prices.
Visit our showroom filled with licensed Harley-Davidson apparel and more.
Don't write that check until you check with us, Mountain State Harley-Davidson, 61 Priest Bottom Road, or visit us online at mountainstatehd.com.
38.5 seconds left here from the Country Road Showcase as our sponsors have been getting their workout in here in the last couple of moments. As Chapmanville refusing to quit here in the last minute. They're going to foul Carter and send him back to the line. And Carter struggles from the line, night 3 of 7. Not a bad candidate right now. So that'll be the third foul on Zion Blevins. And this is also just a lot of people out there may be wondering, 37 seconds left, probably not coming back from 11 down. Why are you fighting again? This is all about a mentality more than anything else. It's easy just to fold up tent, get the chairs put away, and head on home. But you want to prove to your kids you never feel like you're out of it.
19 points for Xander Carter right now. Is that right?
Yes, sir. And short on the second free throw. So 4 of 9 now from the charity stripe for Carter tonight. Chance to get this below 10 with a 3, and Blevins is going to go for it, and he'll hit it. As I think Brad Napper may be out of timeouts. Apparently not. Yeah, it looked like the official wasn't going to grant it to him at first, but now they do.
Let's stay here during this one. As you see Carter going to the bench there. Real quick, guys, want to thank Shayna O'Brien Thompson running for circuit court judge in Logan and Mingo counties. Want to thank Diamond Flagging Company for Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Tiger Ice Cream and Grill. Also want to thank our friends. At Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Jim Mars Services, Want to thank Restoration 1. Small Town Promotions, Amber Belcher and Singular. Tudor's Biscuit World, Candle Shop Florist, Diamond Flagging Company, Horizontal Drilling. If you're looking for an easier way to get your appliances through tough drain, go to Horizontal Drilling.
Now a foul by Andrew Hensley, who's checked in and looks to be for the specific purpose of fouling. So he'll go back over to the bench now. And that'll send Atkins back to the free throw line with 19.1 seconds left. Atkins hit 2 free throws a moment ago. Trying to push this back to a double-digit lead, and he does so. Drew Berry will check back in. Again, for Chapmanville to be down 24 in the late stages of the third quarter and get this back below 10, that's huge
impressive.
Win. It really is. Now down to 18 seconds to play. Blevins pushing into the middle, had it knocked away, chasing it down, and they're going to say his last touch by Ashland out of bounds. And Blevins was giving chase after it as if it touched him last.
Yeah, I think it did. I think they called a break there.
12.4 seconds to go in the contest. It's inbounded to Zion. Fadeaway 3 from the corner, short. Rebounded by Atkins, and get a tie-up or a foul here. Looks like we're going to get a foul on Cameron Blevins.
Zion, Big Z, he's played his tail off here down the stretch. Him and Joey Gollihue, Benji Atkins helped get the Tigers back to a 10-point deficit. Who would have thought that after the way this route was going?
Yeah, it was looking like this was heading towards north of 30 the way that Ashland was playing in the third quarter. And then you got Blevins with 10 points here in the fourth quarter. Gollihue with 9 points in the fourth quarter. Really helped spark this rally from Chapmanville. And Chapmanville's going to win the second half after trailing by 16 at halftime. They've outpointed Ashland by 5 so far in the second half, albeit that being a silver lining.
Yeah, I mean, and they're missing one of their starters in Sam Miller, too.
His final chance here for Chapmanville with 3 seconds left. Blevins will take a 3 from the top of the key at the horn. That'll be short, and that'll do it here tonight from Danny Godby Gymnasium as Ashland, Kentucky hangs on to defeat the Chapmanville Tigers 64-52. We'll step aside for a break and be back to recap all of today's action and send things out after this timeout as you are watching the Country Road Show.
This is where it all started, right here on this farm. We may have grown over the years, but we've never lost sight of what was important to us. We're continuing that tradition today, and we always will be for generations to come.
We are back here at Chapmanville Regional High School Country Road Showcase. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, and Darryl McCoy on the call. As you see the Menu Beef Jerky player of the game going to the locker room there, we will try to talk to him here momentarily. But 64-52, guys. What a ball game.
Yeah, again, this is a great comeback by Chapmanville, coming up short in the end, but to trail by 24 and to cut that lead in half all the way down to 9, I think shows the heart that this team has, even though a lot of them didn't play as many minutes last year or haven't been on this team before for Chapmanville. To see them fight all the way back to get that to single digits near the end, I think is going to be a big bonus for them moving forward. And, you know, Ashland on the other end, they showed their quickness, their athleticism, their ability here tonight, their shooting ability, you know, a lot of promise going forward for Coach Bonner and his club. I thought they played outstanding right up until Chapmanville kind of punched back there in the late stages of the third quarter.
Real quick, guys, Shayna O'Brien Thompson is seeking your vote for circuit judge in Logan and Mingo counties. May of 2024 election. Go vote. Shayna O'Brien Thompson. Your choice for a fair, respectful, working circuit judge. Also want to thank Amber Belcher at Singular. Amber Belcher at Singular does a great job supporting the Logan Wildcats and Chapmanville Tigers Amber's promotion in her efforts to help all towns all over the state with grant writing and growth. Singular, she has 13 years of health and wellness coaching, providing people with energy, health, and business building growth. As you're sitting here, real quick, want to thank Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, Tiger Ice Cream Grill, Restoration One, City of Logan, Jim Mara Services, Shayna O'Brien Thompson, Amber Belcher at Singular. Want to thank Diamond Flag and Company, Candle Shop Floors, Tudor's Biscuit World, McCoy Dental, Eric Home and Drug, Gracie and Tate Merchandise, Tug Valley Wellness Clinic, Cofield Health, Horizontal Drilling, Giovanni's of West Logan, and Wild and Wonderful Smoke Shop. Chris, as you look down the sheet there, what was the final stats?
Let's look at it on both sides, starting with Ashland. Again, it was Carter leading the way with 19 points. Then you had Lalonde with 15 points, Jennings with 12 points, Freeze finishing with 6. Also, you had Davis and Atkins with 5 points apiece and 2 points for Clark off the bench. Again, 8 3-pointers here tonight for Ashland, Kentucky to help them to a 12-point victory. On the other end for Chapmanville, again, not as much diversity in their scoring. Only 4 players in the scorebook tonight, but 3 of them in double figures. Zion Blevins finishing with 23 points. Then you have Benji Atkins with 12 points. Joey Gollihue with 11 points, 9 of those coming in the fourth quarter. And then Cameron Blevins rounded out the scoring with 6 points for Chapmanville here tonight. Again, didn't get the 3-point production they had last night. Were shut out in the first half, but did get 3 to drop in the second half during that rally.
And guys, as you're sitting here looking, Chapmanville, as you mentioned, they cut down. They was getting blown out, cut that deficit down, and ended up taking and making this a lot closer game than what it should have been. That's one thing positive you can take for Brad Napper when you go watch film is, hey, listen, we played 2 different halves there.
Oh, absolutely, and that's what you want to see from your club. Not a lot of mistakes being repeated, but things getting corrected. And whenever you're starting to see some of those things being corrected and you're seeing the coaching taking effect, that's where you start to build right there. And that's going to be a big coaching point for him, I think, going into next week. You watch that first half, say, look at this, but let's look at this instead, and let's build off of this.
Yeah, that's Josh, what does this Chapmanville team have to work on to become the team that they want to be?
Just like you said earlier, they just need to gel, get a little more reps together. As you could see there in the second half, we saw flashes of that. That Gollihue coming in, trying to adjust, and then he, third quarter he adjusted. Third and fourth quarter, he really made some good adjustments at the basket. So, as far as gelling, that's all they like, and Brad Napper will get them there.
Yeah, Chris, the thing that we seen tonight is, like I said, Joey Gollihue, we talked about it, is having he's having a growth and having to get used to AA ball here, and it may take him a few games, but this game right here will go a long ways because he's going to walk out of this game with a boatload of confidence for the way he played there in that third, fourth quarter.
I absolutely think the same. Again, after he had the struggles against Fairmont in that first game and then getting shut out here in the first half, not really getting a good look from the field, not really getting to do the things he likes to do. In the second half, I think he started to simplify things for himself a little bit more. Stop trying to press it. Stop trying to force it. And whenever he stopped forcing it and just kind of let the game come to him, you notice things were a lot more free-flowing. The shots were dropping. The rhythm of his play was so much less tense. And I'm like you. I think he's going to look at the second half of this game and be like, oh, okay, this is what I know I can do. Now I just got to put it into practice every day and into games every day. And I think Joey's going to be fine going forward, but I think tonight will be a lot for him going forward with his confidence.
Guys, want to thank each and every one of you guys for tuning in. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, Darryl McCoy. Want to thank Shane O'Brien Thompson for circuit judge in Logan and Mingo counties, as well as Amber Belcher at Singular, Diamond Flag and Company, Rebound Physical Therapy and Sports Performance, and Candle Shop Florists. I want to thank Diamond Flag, Greg at Horizontal Drilling. Guys, you can see our sponsors going across the bottom of the screen all game long, top left hand. Could not do it without them. Everybody likes this service. Our sponsors are what makes it happen. So, guys, as they move on, we will hear Chris and on some Chapmanville Tiger action later on in the season, as well as I think we got a dandy in here, Miss Josh Vance here, Chris.
Oh, yeah, we've got one coming up here soon, I believe, don't we, Josh?
I don't know about all that. I just enjoy helping out. Wherever I'm needed, I try to help out.
Hey, that's what I said. You just go where you're needed. You go where you get paid. That's where you go. And I said that's the great thing about this service. It helps a lot of people. It helps a lot of people be able to see games, be a part of the community still, even though they're not around, even if they can't get out. And we appreciate everything everyone's done to help us get on the air with you throughout this season.
Well, here we go real quick. We see Xander Carter coming up here, trying to get him out of the up here momentarily. We'll take and we'll get him a picture later on with Xander, and then we will take Mingy Beef Jerky Player of the Game. Glad he's tuning in, or glad he got that award. We'll put it out for him later. For Josh Vance, Chris Kidd, Darryl McCoy. Well, here he comes. He's coming up here now.
Okay, so Darryl flagged him down just before we were able to, or before we were going off the broadcast there. So we're going to have Xander Carter joining us now here in the post-game show. And Darryl, did you have anything to open with him with, or you want me to go?
Well, Xander, this right here, you come over to West Virginia, you're the #1 team in the mountains. And a lot of people think y'all are head and heels above the rest. Well, in West Virginia, this was the #1 team. What was the mindset coming into this game?
Our mindset's really the same coming into every game. We just want to renew our focus, and we really dive into scouting report and things like that, so we're focused on their plays. And really, at the end of the day, we just got to be ourselves and focus on us. And at the end of the day, we just got to keep our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ first. And if we do that, we're going to come out and play with a spirit that nobody else has, really.
Yeah.
And Xander, Darryl's been able to see you play a lot more than I have. I've heard your name. He mentioned you tonight coming in, so I was looking forward to seeing it. What I was most impressed with is that you don't force things to happen out there. You let the game come to you, and you get your teammates involved. Can you talk about that, just about how you're able to stay patient, because obviously 24.7 rebounds coming in. A lot of people look at those numbers, but you seem more interested in the team facet of this more than you are your personal goals.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot. It's really just how close we are off the floor is just really a testament to that. And when we come into play, we're not playing for us, we're just playing for our brothers and our Lord and Savior. So that just gives us the spirit to not force things and be selfish, but at the same time just keep kicking it to the hot hand every play and every possession.
I like that. And I tell you what, one more thing for me, Darryl. I'll let you finish up with him. With Chapmanville here tonight, you obviously knew they were defending state champions in AA here in the state. They've had a great program in years past. Can you talk about what you were impressed with what they did? You had the 24-point lead. They were able to cut it in half by the end. But what were you most impressed with what Chapmanville was able to do tonight?
They really just don't quit. They had a 13-point first half, and that really didn't knock them off their game really at all. They don't quit. They have a good team. They have great shooters and get down the hill. They're really just an all-around good team, and they showed that, especially in the second half, by really just not give it up and keep playing through adversity. So that's a big testament to them as well.
Absolutely. And Darryl, you can wrap up with him if you like.
Yeah, Xander, this had to give you a lot of confidence. Y'all won a tough game like this, and be honest, this is probably one of the worst shooting nights I've seen y'all have in a long time.
Yeah, we've strung 2 bad shooting nights back to back, but we'll get back in the gym and refocus on that and bounce back better.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, Liberty is getting a heck of a player whenever they get you, man. I've really enjoyed watching you, and right now I think you and Mr. Aiden Barnett are the front runners for the D&D Player of the Year.
Appreciate
you
it,
keep it up, and we're going to be following you. I think we get you again around New Year's, so you keep it up, and if you need anything from us, you let us know, okay?
Yes, sir. I think you appreciate it.
Mingy Beef Jerky Player of the Game, Xander Carter.
All right, well, I appreciate that, Darryl. And I thank you for having me here this weekend and stuff. Looking forward to a lot more this season on D&D, and, we'll get the schedules out for you. You've got a full slate of D&D sports action coming your way every week. Again, we get the holidays off there, but after that, we jump back into it once again, don't we?
Yeah, absolutely you do. And, we're going all the way through. So, I think we go to Tennessee, follow some teams down there. So, But, guys, how can you not root for a kid right there that
Absolutely.
makes sure that first thing he mentions is the Lord and his Savior. So, just a special young man. And Ashland gets out of here with the dub, guys. Chris Kidd, Josh Vance, Darryl McCoy. Guys, till next time. So long and good night.